So after this weekend, we've got a new Kentucky Derby top 20 list, and there are quite a few changes after this one for sure. We'll go through them five at a time. We'll start with 16 through 20, and you'll see that these ones we've seen before with a new addition of Just a Touch. I did like that Gotham in only his second start. I thought he showed a lot of pluck, and I thought he ran a pretty good race. Rating for the first time, and granted it wasn't the greatest of fields, but I think he showed some promise, and if he can take another move forward, then perhaps he can become a factor, particularly when you consider there isn't a whole lot of pace in this race amongst the contenders, save for Track Phantom. So maybe he gets up a little farther with some growth, but he looked pretty good to me, and I did not expect him to run quite as well as he did. So he makes the list. Resilience, I thought he ran a really good Rebel Stakes. We expected it, and he could certainly make another move forward with Bill Mott as his trainer. Lat Long again, another one who was promising. And took a big move forward in his last race. Tuscan Sai, I want to see him do it at stakes level. That's really the only reason he's down where he is. Shug McGahee's awful patient, takes his time, so we'll see with him. And then Stronghold just has to run against better competition. I think there's some quality there, but until I see him against a better field, he stays where he is. Just Steel, I think this is one of the better Derby contenders on this list, but he needs a break, and we've belabored that point, and I've liked what I've seen from him. I think he's definitely progressing as a horse. I just think in the Arkansas Derby, hopefully he'll get a better post, and we'll see at that point. Domestic Product, we saw a little something from in the Risen Star, and we'll see if he can build off it. Mystic Dan, I'm moving down because I just don't think this horse is going to be there on a dry track in the Arkansas Derby. I just think he was too much aided by the mud. Encino is a new shooter here, and while I didn't post a video for the Battaglia, and to be honest, I didn't really have a chance to look at it before the race, but I've since gone back and take a look at it. And I wouldn't have expected Encino to make the big leap that he did, to be honest. He had two races, and while he did win in his second start, he didn't improve class-wise, and he didn't beat much. So it was kind of Brad Cox, certainly they can move forward at any time, but he showed a lot to me. I really liked what I saw from him. I thought that was a very solid race. He beat a really good horse in Epic Ride, made a big move forward, and he certainly has the two-turn pedigree, and he's got Brad Cox in his corner. So Encino, and as we know, we can't take these Turfway Derby preps lightly from the last couple of years. So I think Encino's one with a bullet. I could definitely see him making another step forward in the Jeff Ruby or wherever he ends up next. Honor Marie, I didn't think ran a bad race in the Risen Star coming off the bench. Closed with interest. We'll certainly have to see in the Louisiana Derby, but I like Honor Marie, and this horse did nothing wrong at 2, and I really like the progression. So with a race under his belt, I'm expecting better from him. Deterministic makes the top 10. When a horse comes off the bench like that in only his second start and is able to win as professionally as he did, and showed a really good stride. And his maiden race was nothing to sneeze at either. He ran a good one there. So I think there's some quality with this horse, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him in the Wood or wherever he goes next. Forever Young, the Japanese horse, we like that Saudi Derby. We'll see what he does in the UAE, but I thought he showed a lot of pluck coming from where he did to get up in that race. So we still, Japanese horses, still a lot of questions, you got to wonder about the competition level, but Bookham Dano's a pretty good horse. Not a two-turn horse, but I think class-wise, Forever Young showed quite a bit there. Catching Freedom needs to mature. Still awful green, but there's certainly some talent there, and we'll see how he does in the Louisiana Derby. Track Phantom hasn't done anything wrong, in my opinion. I just think he ran into a really good horse in Sierra Leone, and he stays where he is because. Again, I think he's doing what he's supposed to do. You do have to wonder, though, he did have it his own way in the Risen Star. I doubt that'll happen again. So we'll see with him. Now we get to kind of a funky part of this list, the top 6. Fierceness, really got to have a better race out of him next time. I have a feeling he's going to be moving down on the list, but this is the way this list is right now. It's just awful funky. It's a lot of horses based on prior reputation, and he's awful tenuous at number 6, but we got to keep him there. The Wine Steward, we just need to see him run, and he's one that we're getting ready to just maybe throw off the list completely unless he runs in a race really soon. Maybe the Tampa Derby, they're going to put him in. I haven't seen it yet. Locked takes a step back because I have a feeling we're not going to see him in the Derby. He off of one prep. Maybe if he runs in the Tampa Derby next week, where I would hope he will. He definitely. I can't. As much as I like this horse, I don't think his prospects would be very good given the interruptions in training. And now he's hopefully going to get 2 preps, but it looks to me like maybe it'll only be 1. I don't know. We'll see. Timberlake, again, really nice effort in the Rebel, and of these horses. He's one of the few that has come off the bench and done really well. And I liked what I saw a lot from Timberlake, and I expect another move in the Arkansas Derby. So Timberlake moves up the list. Dornoch didn't do anything wrong in his debut in the Fountain of Youth. We would have liked to have seen a better field, but he didn't do anything wrong. He did what a good horse is supposed to do. And again, I'm getting the feeling maybe he's one of those horses who just does enough to win. But regardless, he certainly has some talent, and he didn't show me any signs that he's not eligible to make another step in the Florida Derby. So Dornoch stays in number 2. And then Sierra Leone, of course, the Risen Star, again, coming off the bench, closing into a slow pace. I think he ran a hell of a good race there. I think the longer the better, certainly with this one. So the Louisiana Derby should make another step for this one. So he is at the top of the charts without a doubt right now. So we'll just look at our top 20, and we'll see that this is a list that is in a state of flux right now. In my opinion, we've got a lot of horses we're still have some questions about. But we've got quite a few who need to run more than anything else. So that top 10 is very tenuous right now, I think. I think the top 3 are pretty cast in stone. They all look solid, but this is looking like one of those years where this field every week now, I think, with the more preps, I mean, this list is really going to change quite a bit. So Sierra Leone still, to me, the horse to beat, but please, Locked, get on the track and run because I really want to see you again.